Douglas Robinson, Comms 4800 Final Project. Vocalistics. How you say something is just as important as what you say. Vocal set is based on a number of factors, including age, gender, present health condition, state of enthusiasm, fatigue, emotions, and other influencing factors are social status, education level, group identification. Voice qualities. Tempo, resonance, rhythm control, articulation control, pitch control, palatus control, voice lip control, and pitch range. Vocalizations. Vocal characterizations are laughing, crying, whimpering, giggling, snickering, and sobbing. Voice qualifiers are intensity, pitch height, extent, rate, loudness, softness. Next we have vocal segregation, such as sh, uh-huh, ah, and you know. People usually say these when they are anxious or nervous. Vocal printing is like fingerprinting and has been used in court cases. It is between 50 to 90% accurate. Silence and pauses. Unfilled pauses are when vocal activity stops. Filled pauses are interruptions in the stream of speech content, filled with audible sounds such as ah, stuttering slips of the tongue, or repetitions. There are three types of pauses: hesitation silence, psycholinguistic silence, and interactive silence. Hesitations are pauses caused by anxiety or uncertainty. You might see a lot of those in this video. Psycholinguistics are related to encoding and decoding of speech. Interactive are products of interaction itself and can communicate messages about relationships, such as silent moments between two lovers, silence that signifies respect for an elder, and the cold silence between individuals in conflict. Silence. Silence establishes distance in relationships. Parents and partners often use this to fill, generally after a question, allowing people a chance to explain themselves. Vocal behavior and turn interaction management. Turning maintenance, such as hogging the conversation or continually rambling on. Turn yielding is when you give up the speaking floor, as they say. This can be done by asking a question, dropping pitch, trailing off, changing your speaking rate, long and long unfilled silences. Everyone has a different response latency. Turn requesting with vocal cues, but, I, stuttering, well, yes. These are things often said when trying to take the speaking floor from another person. Denying is back channel cues. Positive non-language vocalizations. Please go on. I like to hear what you're saying. It should be noted that vocal behaviors often do not occur alone. Other gestures or body movements as well. Firstly, by alternating your rate of speech and looking away, turning your body indicates loudness and exhibiting halting gestures. Towards the listener, you maintain your speaking. Similarly, verbal comments may function to decline turns if listeners complete sentences for speakers or request clarification on earlier comments. They more easily maintain their position as listeners. There have been a lot of interruptions during the making of this video. Interruptions. There are three different types of interruptions. First, there's the kind that we're most used to. With two commentators on television, they constantly interrupt one another and have no idea what the other one's saying. This is called negative interruption. The second type is based on content irrelevant to the conversation. If you're talking about a trip to Europe with a friend while packing up a valuable artifact, she may interrupt by saying, "Please let me hold on to that," and you can look at it. She's interrupted your conversation per se, rather concerned about talking and holding the vase at the same time. The third type of interruption is in the form of a question. Here, let's assume the instructor is explaining a nonverbal communication principle, and while talking, I'm sorry, I just bumped the camera. And while talking, you ask, is that the same as body language? Well, there's no argument about this comment of the subject, and the interruption is relevant. This is a third type as well that you may see in Washington when one interrupts. DC? Yes, Washington, DC. In some cases, this conversation goes along saying, Next, accent and dialect.